Coming up in the morning edition, more news from CARICOM and St. Kitts. The Ministries of Tourism and Foreign Affairs responds to the U.S. travel advisory on the Bahamas, and Brian McCartney speaks to immigration. It's the middle of the week and a brand new day. Welcome to the morning edition. I'm LaDawn Davis. Just before you walk out that door, here's our chief meteorologist, Basil Dean, with a weather report to start your day. Good morning, Basil.
Good morning, LaDawn. We're going to get you started with a view of our ZNS Tower Cam, and a beautiful day outside. We had some early morning showers, but that has since dried up, and we'll tell you all about that later on in the newscast, so do stay tuned. And right now, we take a look now at our satellite picture. We still have some clouds floating around the extreme northwest Bahamas, courtesy of a frontal system which is hanging up around the Grand Bahama and Abaco area, and that's firing up some showers in that part of the country. But outside of our studios, it is partly sunny, temperature at 75 degrees, relative humidity 73%, southerly winds at 6 miles per hour, the barometric pressure 1,021.1 millibars, that's 30.15 inches, and it is steady. Your temperatures around the islands this morning, we're picking up some 73s in Marsh Harbor, Abaco, Greentown Key, also in Abaco. Freeport in Grand Bahama at 73 degrees, the Berry Islands 75, 73 in Alistown, Bimini, 74 in Harbor Island, Roxanne and Lutra, Alderstown, Cat Island at 75 degrees, 75 in Staniel Key, Kemp Space, St. Andros, Fresh Creek and Central Andros as well. San Salvador at 78, Grum Key 75 degrees, 76 in Clarencetown, Long Island, Crooked Island, and Ragged Island. Ackland 75, 75 in Betsy Bay, Maguana, Matchitown, Inagua 76 degrees, and the Turks and Caicos Islands at 77 degrees. And your boating forecasts are for today in the northwest and central islands. Southeasterly winds 12 to 18 knots. Those winds will continue to decrease. Wave heights 3 to 5 feet over the ocean. Low tide 8:38 in the morning. High tide at 2:27 in the afternoon. And for the southeast Bahamas, east to southeast winds, caution flags are up. Those winds are going to be around 15 to 20 knots, and the wave heights 4 to 7 feet over the ocean. That's going to do it for your first look at weather in the morning edition. Stay tuned. Your forecast for today and night is still ahead.
Thanks a lot, Basil. Now, our Vaughn Aubrey is standing by as usual with a song in his heart. What is that song, Vaughn, and how is traffic looking out there this morning?
Yes, LaDawn, we're here at Prince George Wharf. I feel like Hulk. Isn't that a carnival song? Getting ready for carnival. In my ear right here at Pompey Square on my right, they're playing music by Dyson Knight, my good cousin. Indeed, we are here because it's a special day. If you are traveling in the downtown area today, there will be traffic diversions. With me, Sergeant Jerome Thompson of the Royal Bahamas Police Force. Tell us a little bit about those road diversions today.
Good morning to you, good morning Bahamas. We're going to have not road diversions, but we're going to be blocking most of the street, the eastbound lane into the downtown area, Chippenham Road area, because we're going to be leaving Pompey Square to Goodman's Bay and back. We're going to encourage the walkers and runners to maintain the sidewalk for their safety. So persons in this area, we'll ask you to exercise extreme caution, be more cautious while you're driving. We don't want to injure anyone at any time, but particularly this time.
And indeed, there are 1,000 members of Ohio State alumni who are on a cruise ship behind me. So this is always a crowded area. Your suggestion again to motorists?
If you could find an alternate route, I'll suggest that you use an alternate route.
There you go. So you heard it from Sergeant Jerome Thompson of the Royal Bahamas Police Force talking about traffic a little bit different this morning in the downtown area, particularly those of you who are coming from the west. When you're coming east along West Bay Street from Chippenham Road right here to Pompey Square, there will be diversions. With me, Marcel Major, President of the Bahamas Roadmasters. Tell us a little bit about this Buckeye Cruise for Cancer.
Good morning, Vaughn. Good morning, Bahamas. Well, Bahamas Roadmasters is pleased to have been invited to stage the logistics of this awesome event. It's 1,000 people that is going to descend on Pompey Square. They're going to run from here to down.
No, run and walk.
Run and walk, because we got a lot of alumni, so some of them maybe have different age categories. But they're going to descend on our shores, and they're going to run and walk from Pompey Square down to Goldies and back. So there's going to be some traffic diversions. But the Bahamas Roadmasters Running Club, the premier running club in the Bahamas, we're excited to be a part of the staging and the planning of this logistics of this event.
Is this an annual event?
This is, I think, the Buckeye Cruise is every 2 years. This is the second time they've been here. We did it the last time, and we put on an awesome event. And you know the Bahamas Roadmasters know how to pull off a race.
So what does this mean for the Bahamas, this partnership?
Well, this is a great partnership, because not only is it 1,000 people that are coming in, we've invited them to partake in the artisans that we've invited to be in Pompey Square. So it bodes well for the Bahamas, bodes well for tourism, and we're excited.
There you go, Marcel Major, president of the Bahamas Roadmasters. Again, if you're coming in the downtown area, there will be people here. 1,000 members of the Ohio State University Alumni Association taking part in a walk for cancer. It's back. Listen, it's music out here. And they're going to treat these visitors very well, because they're getting ready to have a party. LaDawn, I'm going to stay down here. You take care of my shift for the day. Back to you in the studio.
Don't know about that one. Thank you so much. Prime Minister, the Most Honorable Dr. Hubert Minnis, leaving Basseterre, St. Kitts and Nevis this morning after participating in regional talks on the first day of the 30th intersessional meeting of heads of the Caribbean community at the St. Marriott Resort and Casino. Foreign Affairs Minister, the Honorable Darren Henfield, now represents the Bahamas for the remainder of that conference. The Prime Minister travels to New York City today to attend the American Foundation of the University of the West Indies 22nd Legacy Awards Gala this evening. The nation's leader will receive the foundation's Legacy and Leadership Award. Turks and Caicos Premier, the Honorable Charlene Cartwright Robinson, St. Kitts and Nevis Prime Minister Dr. the Honorable Timothy Harris, and the Premier of the British Virgin Islands, the Honorable Orlando Smith, will also be honored during that ceremony. Prime Minister Minnis and his delegation return to the capital on Thursday afternoon. In other news this morning, the United States government has once again issued a travel advisory on the Bahamas, telling its citizens to exercise increased caution due to crime in certain areas of New Providence. The advisory was released on Monday. ZNS News spoke to the Tourism and Aviation Minister, who expressed that he was surprised at the advisory but promises some pushback.
I'm a little dismayed by that because our crime statistics have decreased so substantially. We would have thought that it would have been a better rating. I mean, to lump us in the same category as Mexico and Jamaica, to us seems a little harsh. And we thought that a lot of the verbiage in the advisory was an exaggeration. The Ministry of National Security is looking to exactly how many foreign visitors experienced some sort of crime activity.
And the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, in a statement, responded to the recent U.S. travel advisory on the Bahamas, saying the overall advisory remains at level 2, which recommends caution but does not urge delay or cancellation of travel plans to the Bahamas. The statement added that the advisory falls in line with Bahamian recommendations to travelers to any destination to maintain awareness of their surroundings and exercise basic precautions as they likely would in their home cities and when not on holiday. It noted that the reality is that the vast majority of the 6 million visitors who come to the Bahamas by air, sea, and cruises vacation in our islands without any incident. But notwithstanding, the Bahamas takes the safety of residents and visitors very seriously and will continue to work in keeping the safety and security of all visitors to our shores a priority. Former Immigration Minister, the Honorable Branville McCartney, says the recent unrest in Haiti and the deaths of migrants off Abaco several weeks ago is disheartening, and adds that the continued influx of illegal Haitian migrants can only get worse if the Bahamas fails to put more stringent measures in place to monitor illegals before they make landfall here in the Bahamas.
Although the situation in Haiti is dire, we must protect our borders. And those who wish to come to this country, as I've stated when I was in immigration, come the right way. It's unfortunate, in particular, for those coming and losing their lives. It's tragic, and you don't want to see that. But you know, these persons are trying to find a better way of life.
McCartney says the idea of a drone system to monitor illegals on the high seas is just what the country needs to protect its borders.
No doubt about that. That would certainly help. That would certainly be in a position where we're able to see persons coming in or persons leaving the border of Haiti. So that's something that's needed.
And coming up in the Morning Edition, customer service, we should be good at it. That and more when the Morning Edition comes right back. Welcome back to the Morning Edition. The Ministry of Health continuing its quest to make quality health care accessible to all Bahamians beginning March 21st this year. Male residents seeking to benefit from the psychiatric services can go to the Fleming Street Clinic for treatment, as the male psychiatric ward at the Princess Margaret Hospital is being relocated to the Fleming Street Clinic. Consultant psychiatrist Paulus Burrows says the move coincides with the ministry's decentralization of health care services.
We want to make sure that we improve accessibility to our clients. And so Fleming Street was thought to be very centrally located, easily accessible through public transportation systems. And Fleming Street certainly welcomed the addition of the psychiatric services to their clinic. And so we made the decision to move to the Fleming Street Clinic. The female psychiatric clinic actually has a service being offered out of the Elizabeth Estates Clinic. So I think ultimately our goal is to make sure that mental health care is accessible to all in all of our community clinics. That way, we would hopefully remove the stigma that's associated with mental health and mental health care.
Burrows adds that the move will help break the stigma associated with mental illness here in the Bahamas.
What's really unfortunate is that many of our mental health illnesses, if properly treated, could be alleviated. Clients could have an excellent quality of life, high functioning. But because of some of the barriers to care, many persons continue to suffer with mental health issues, and they don't receive the care that they need. We recognize that mental health is going to be responsible for maybe the third most disability among persons worldwide, after only some cancers and some heart diseases. So we recognize that it's a very important illness, but the treatment is available. It's just that sometimes persons aren't able to access care. And so again, that's part of the reason why we're moving into the community, to increase accessibility and hopefully remove some of the barriers to receipt of care.
Good customer service should be of vital importance in this country, given the nature of our chief business, tourism, right? Well, our Tanya Smith-Cartwright is in studio to talk about the same. Tanya?
Thanks, LaDawn. In a country where we depend on tourist dollar, sometimes we lack sorely in the area of customer service. We complain bitterly about the poor service, but what exactly can we do to make it better? Joining me this morning in studio is Cherilee Pinder of CP Training and Consulting Services. We're going to be talking about customer service. Cherilee, welcome to Morning Edition.
Good morning, and thanks for having me.
Good to see you again after such a long time.
Indeed.
Give us an example of what you would say is the worst level of customer service somebody can have. Let's start with the worst and get to the better.
Oh, so the worst level of customer service in my mind is when someone is totally ignored. You come into the business and people walk past you like they haven't seen you. They're engaging in their own personal conversations. They don't come back to check on you to make sure that everything is right. They give you, apart from no attention, they don't make you feel valued, to make you feel as if, you know, your dollar is welcome there.
What could be the best of the best?
Well, the best of the best to me is if I go into an establishment and you take care of every need. And not only take care of every need that I express, but you also anticipate my needs. And you do those things that I wasn't even anticipating.
In your line of business, what could a business establishment do to make customer service better, or you know, encourage their employees to do better when it comes to customer service?
Well, I think training is the key. And the reason I say that is because some people don't know the connection between what they do at their job and having success in their job. And I think that if we train people to understand that serving people and doing well by people isn't just a matter of putting money in a business's revenue stream, it's a matter of putting monies in your own pocket. I always tell persons, in addition to training, employers need to remember, treat your staff the way that you want them to treat your customers.
That's going to do it for us. Charlie, I'm so happy that you came and joined us, and I hope to see you back here real soon.
Indeed.
Back to you, LaDawn.
Some good advice there, Tanya. Thanks a lot. Fish, I see that we're twinning this morning.
Yes, I noticed that you took a week off last week, and I know your boyfriend bought you a drone, and I heard this thing buzzing around my house yesterday, so I know you were putting it to good use. And then you went out this morning, you saw how I was dressed, and I know the good shots were open, but you look very nice.
So do you. You look nice and dapper.
You always wanted to be like me, but this is a good start.
What's coming up in sports?
Well, coming up in sports, the champs. That's the Doris Johnson Mystic Marlins. They were at their school campus yesterday, and basketball is out the way, so you know what's next? Track and field, the GSSA here in New Providence and over in Grand Bahama. Their championship starts today. Track and field.
That's your favorite sport. That and more ahead in sports.
Good morning. It's definitely Hump Wednesday here in the studio, and I'm here to get you over that. After winning the school's first ever Hugh Campbell basketball title, the champs, that's the Doris Johnson Mystic Marlins, they were back on the school's campus Monday morning to celebrate with the student body. Everyone enjoying and relishing in the moment, each of the players getting their moment of glory, and coach with the trophy to prove they are the 37th Hugh Campbell basketball champions.
It feels great, you know, to win it in GSSA and now to win it in Hugh Campbell. It's the first time I won the Hugh Campbell Championship for the first time, so I mean, it's really good. They support us through the whole year, so now they treat them, it feels really good.
It feels good. You know what it is to come back here. We just win GSSA and now Hugh Campbell. And all our school makes supporting us and they want us the energy, what we needed to do. It feels great.
First of all, I got to thank God for it. Then just gotta love it because it's my second time Hugh Campbell, first time I lost. Second time I have the victory.
School principal, the legendary Jimmy Clark, with lots of history on his side.
This is a milestone for me. Ain't too many coaches who really coach become a principal or also want outside Norris Bain, who have won it before as a principal and also as a coach. I won it as a coach, I won it as a vice principal, I won it as assistant coach, and now I won it as a principal. But I'm thankful and grateful to God, Almighty God for blessing me with such talented young men.
Now with basketball out of the way, it's now time for track and field. The GSSA Track and Field Championships will get underway this morning at the Thomas A. Robinson Stadium with the juniors in action today and Wednesday, and the seniors going Thursday and Friday. Fritz Grant is the meet director.
Looking at what I've seen taking place during the club meets, we have I think we have one or two athletes that really qualify in some of the events. And so I'll be looking forward for outstanding athletes from all of the schools. I think this is going to be very, very exciting. And we're looking for new talent. And so to say, to give you a name, I don't want to go overboard and give it the wrong name. So it's going to be, I think it's going to be spectacular. And you can anticipate good performances from all of them.
There is a special warning coming from the Royal Bahamas Police Force.
Force will have strong police presence at these events. And we want to serve notice the members of the public who are intent of coming to these events to cause mischief and mayhem, that if you do come, you will be dealt with the fullest extent of the law, and you will be prosecuted and put before the courts. We want these events to be safe. We want our children to roam and traverse safely throughout the streets, whether they are being bused here or being dropped here by their parents, and to return home safely.
It's going to be an exciting 3 days of competition. Don't forget, they start here with the government schools and over there in Grand Bahama as well. And that's going to do it for sports. I'm Charles Fisher. Thanks for watching.
In our final look at weather, we have the starlit front boundary across the northwest Bahamas. That will eventually start lifting towards the north as a warm front, and that will keep some showers in our forecast today and return again tomorrow morning before drying out as we head into Thursday and the weekend. Our forecast for today calls for partly cloudy to cloudy conditions on the breezy side with some spotty showers around in the vicinity of that front in particular. 83 degrees for your high temperature. And tonight we are looking at partly cloudy conditions, 71 degrees for the low temperature. The extended weather forecast, showers returning again on Wednesday morning, drying out on Thursday, and lots of sunshine taking us into the weekend and the early part of next week. LaDawn?
Thanks a lot, Basil, and that's going to do it for the morning edition. But before we go, we would like to wish Auntie Artis Ford a very happy belated birthday. Auntie Artis is still celebrating from yesterday. We wish her all the best. Make sure to join us at 6 p.m. for our national report. Once again, I'm LaDawn Davis. Have a great day, everyone.
In our final look at weather, we have that frontal boundary now stretching across Abaco and Grand Bahama. It's lifting towards the north, and early next week it will start making its way back towards the south as a cold front, and that will bring some showers and a nice cool down by the middle part of next week. Today we are looking at partly sunny condition, a brief shower developing in the afternoon with the high temperature getting up to 83 degrees. And tonight we're looking at just simply patchy clouds, 72 degrees for your low temperature. The extended weather forecast, 80s right through the cycle and some low 70s. But as we get into early next week, promise you some 60s as the frontal system goes through on Tuesday morning, and we'll get down to about 66 degrees on Wednesday with showers and thunderstorms in the forecast. LaDawn?
Thanks a lot, Basil, and that's going to do it for this Wednesday's morning edition. See you bright-eyed and bushy-tailed tomorrow morning. Just before we go, we would like to wish our Trevor Francis in master control a very special happy birthday. Enjoy your day, Trevor. I'm LaDawn Davis. Have a great day, everyone.